Hey there, Dr. Kara of KH Evolution. In this week's video, I want to speak to the art of connecting into our life force for our own healing abilities. I have been reading a lot of research lately about the idea of our own capacity to heal ourselves. And it's such a refreshing thing to see this research being spoken about and written about and just expressed in the medical community. I think we're at a point where it is undeniable that our mind and our physical body are deeply intertwined and connected. And I am feeling very confident that as we move forward, more and more we are going to see the research supporting the need to involve the mental mind and involve the emotional body and even the spiritual body, that soul essence of who we are in the process of our physical healing. I've spoken before about my own experience as a holistic consultant and practitioner with years of experience in helping to support people who have been who have found me because the traditional medical model just wasn't working for them. And by the time they reached me, had layers and layers of chronic situations being expressed throughout their physical body. And I would not have been successful in supporting their journey to better wellness if I did not take into account their beliefs and their mental thoughts and their emotional well-being into the picture. It all is intertwined. We are all connected. And while we can compartmentalize and separate from time to time the things that we're experiencing, or we can justify that it's a physical issue versus an emotional issue, I think at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, we are beginning to realize, even from a scientific space, that everything is part of a whole. And if we speak to this concept of oneness that's been around for thousands and thousands of years, not just the past 50 or the past 20 or the past 5, but for thousands of years, we've worked with this life force energy, whether it's called chi or vitality, but we have this this energy that moves through our body in distinct channels. The research shows from culture to culture, whether we're talking about the Chinese culture, the Asian culture, the Aborigines, the people in South America, the people in South Africa, the Lakota people, when we dissolve the boundaries of culture and we look at the foundation of what is driving the life force energy, or what is at the root of the healing in these indigenous peoples, it's truly the life force energy that they speak of. And I think we're coming to a place where we cannot ignore that if we don't treat the life force energy when we are treating the physical, we are missing a very critical piece in healing, right? Because true healing means that we're bringing the entire wholeness of the body, the oneness of all aspects of ourselves, into harmony. And that's really what wellness or health is. It's the harmony amongst the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual aspects of ourselves. And if any one aspect is ignored in the healing process, there is a deficiency. There is a piece that's missing. And so this week, I just wanted to lend you this food for thought and invite you to really step into these 4 different aspects of yourself and maybe assess from your own perspective, how are each of these 4 aspects showing up for you in your life? Do any of them kind of give you a sense that there's an imbalance, or are they all interconnected and intertwined and cohesively making music together and creating a harmonized expression? Or are they all jumbled together and creating some level of chaos in all aspects? Any place that you're at right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. But rest assured, there is a path to helping you move closer to wellness and balance, whether that be in the emotional center of yourself or shifting something in that mental aspect, addressing something in your physical world, perhaps diet or nutrition, or looking at your connection to something larger than yourself. And that to me is the spiritual piece. So at the moment, I'm going to bring this video to a close and just give you some food for thought about how we are a cohesive unit with very complex aspects and a life force energy that moves through every single aspect of our being, and that may in fact be more important than we have ever considered before. In the comments below, in the description below, I'm going to reference a couple of books that you might be interested in. And I'd love to hear your comments and your thoughts about whether or not you've ever considered some of these aspects being intertwined and interconnected, or if you are just beginning to consider this at this point. At any rate, I wish you an excellent week ahead. Stay true to your heart and be present.